Chapter 1: The Unlikely Millionaire. I knew I wanted to be a millionaire when I was 7 years old. I remember receiving a chalkboard for my birthday that year. It became my favorite gift of all, because to me it was more than a chalkboard. It was the launch pad of my dreams. Standing in front of it, I would imagine myself as a teacher, a leader, and even the owner of my own company. That simple gift allowed my little girl mind to escape to worlds unknown. And in the evenings, I'd pretend I was grading papers. My students were stuffed animals and dolls. The homework papers were, of course, pages I colored and wrote on and would then critique and grade. The memory of how anything felt possible in that moment comes back quickly. As I got older, my imagination grew and so did my dreams. But where I saw endless possibilities, it always seemed the people around me saw limits. I'd dream of making my life bigger, getting a new house, trying new things I'd never done before. And I'd get comments like, "Don't get your hopes up so high, that's for kids. Be more realistic. You're just a dreamer." Followed by such advice as, "Limits were set in place so we don't get ourselves into trouble. If you dream big, you'll find trouble. Just stay content with what you have and be grateful." This was the common way of living I saw around me, and I was supposed to do the same. Except I couldn't, because deep down, I knew I wasn't made to be limited. And so the battle began between who I knew Papa had created me to be, a unique, creative, powerful, outside-the-box groundbreaker, and who I was expected to be, a non-disruptive, accepting, quiet conformist. Have you felt this war as well? I was still a child, and soon the voices of the crowd began to drown out the dreams in my little heart, and fear became the replacement. The message was, you don't fit in, you don't belong, you're different, broken because you think differently, you're always dreaming, you're not like us and aren't allowed to play with us. By the time I was 12, I had already encountered someone who made me terrified to be different. I was in the 6th grade and somewhat of an introvert. I hadn't yet found my ability to speak up, be myself, and shine. The memory comes back to me so clearly that as I write it out here, my heart begins to race a little bit. I can see Colleen's face of hatred. She's standing at the end of the hallway near my next class, talking to 3 other girls. She is a shorter girl, with a chest the size of a grown woman, but she's also in the 6th grade. People referred to her as a leader, and I was told by one girl to never get in a hallway alone with her or she'd hurt me. How she'd hurt me wasn't quite clear, but as I approached my classroom that morning, she started walking toward me. These words came out of her mouth. "You think you're so good and so perfect. Look at you, carrying a person in the 6th grade like Lil Miss High and Mighty. Well, if you cross my path one more time, bitch, I'll kill you. You don't belong here, and you are bothering me and everyone else in this school with that smile of yours." I was being bullied by a 12-year-old student with a 38D cup size. Here was a girl who was created beautifully unique and could have been a powerful voice for other girls. But in her effort to fight the fear of not fitting in, she succumbed to being a bully. She scared the crap out of me. To this day, I still don't know why she was so threatened by me. I was pretty quiet in school, but always took hours every morning to look my best, be attractive, and to get to class on time. But after this encounter, I remember not wanting to go to school at all. I loved school, and I really loved learning, but now I didn't want to stand out. I needed to fit in. The pain became so great, by the end of that school year, I was hospitalized for the first time with a bleeding ulcer. Stomach problems followed, later diagnosed as ulcerative colitis, and then multiple other autoimmune conditions fought me for most of my life. It's my belief that the early trauma I experienced as a little girl in a place that I loved, school, set me up for digesting my feelings and stuffing my best self and thoughts. It made me sick, literally sick. The fear I encountered at school began to destroy my love for learning. The encounter in middle school created a muscle memory of sheer terror, absolute fear for my life that went through my whole body and made me want to run to safety. I was designed to love learning, be curious, poke around, investigate, and break things even in my learning process. But the fear An insecurity of not fitting in made school a nightmare for me. The more I wanted to learn, the more I was questioned for my desire to learn more than the average student. The more I sought to go outside the lines as I am designed to do, the more my fear of people not getting me, my not fitting in, and my pain seemed to grow.